problem with my tripod. It's just not stable right now. I'm not sure what happened there. So let me just try to see if I can tighten it up and we'll get started. Come on, tripod, you can do it. You can do it. Just be steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. It's falling down. I don't want to start a new live stream, so we're gonna make this. We're gonna make this work. I'm sure of it. Come on. Come on, YouTube is waiting for me to do my craft tutorial. All right, can we stay? Will it stay? I'm afraid to let go. I'm not sure. Hopefully no one's watching it anyway, but we're live streaming. I know I'm live streaming. And it is. All right. It's happening. I think I got this. I'm not going to touch it again if I can get it to stay still. All right. Oh boy. Can that work? What a mess. What a mess. So I'm going to do this really fun tutorial with you. We're going to create this shaker card, Crafty Friends, using the Jolly Delivery stamp set by Stampin' Up. We're going to start by stamping the little doggy. Sorry about that glare. We'll put something there to get rid of the glare. We're going to stamp the little doggy. We're going to color the little doggy. We're going to stamp the little envelopes and color them. We're going to use this really nice paper, Bedazzled, that was in your kit. We've been working on this workshop series for a couple months now. We're just going to wrap it up because I promised a shaker card. We're going to use the Elegant Pine Snowflake Designer Series paper. Okay. Hey, I'm glad you caught me live too, Backyard. Or no, that's Melissa. Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you. Yeah, this is a late night one, but that's because, as promised, I'm doing a shaker card. Okay, so we're going to use the Elegant Pine Snowflake. We're going to use the Dazzle paper, which I have the exact name for, and it was in one of your bags. We're going to use this really cool Snowflake embossed specialty paper as well. So 2 specialty papers, some designer series paper. I thought about using the Lights of Aurora, but we've already used it so much between our bingo and other things I've done, tags at Card Club. I said, you know what? We're gonna do this paper one more time. All right. So I have my little die cutting plate. I have these little adhesive strips to make a shaker card. I have all the things I think I need, so I don't have to go anywhere. And I have some window sheet. So you're going to need a window sheet as well. I'll write down all your measurements for you as we go. You don't need to score your card because, I mean, well, you can score your card, but I'm saying we're not going to create the card part together. But it will be a horizontal card because I like the way, I just like shaker cards on a horizontal card format. Still an A2 card format, but I like this better. And you're going to use the different ones that I sent you, which have a lot of like blues in them and stuff. You had to use some other ones. I used some metallic ones. But anyway, any shaker elements will do. Because just use the supplies you have, as I always say. We'll do a little bit of blending. A little bit of die cutting. All right, so what we need is this little piece of scrap that I have here. And we're going to just start with, okay, let's see, this one. Now I'm going to use Memento Black because the little doggy, we're going to color the little doggy with the Stampin' blends. So tap, tap, tap. Okay, little dog carrying the letter. Okay, good. And now we're going to take the other stamps and just go ahead and do them with the same piece of scrap. So let's see what we have. We have some letters. Okay, yeah, let's use the blends for all of these things because we're gonna be coloring with the blends. So let's use the blends for all of these. Now, normally I say when you're stamping to stamp onto a scrap paper, but in this case, I've already used these stamps, so they're conditioned, so that's good. And then I'm gonna stamp this little compass. Don't stamp it too close to your doggy because you need to die cut it. So I'll stamp another one over there. because I think that one came out a little better. All right, so that's the stamping. And this part is going to be something that you already have in your kit. This little postage stamp. It's from the rectangular postage stamp punch. It's part of a bundle. And so you're going to have that already die cut for you in your kit. And that came in a little bag of die cuts that had a little Merry Christmas sticker on it. You're using something from your bag of die cuts. Let's take all of this and put it in my little wash bucket. All right, if my hands start shaking, it's because I'm so cold in my she shed, even with my new heater that hubby bought. But I'm also a crafter that likes to craft at night, so that it is what it is. It gets cold at night, but that's when I have most of my energy to do my tutorials, is at night. So it is what it is. All right, so when you're going to die cut, you're going to have a base plate. That's plate number 1. We're using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Many of you got it in your starter kit, so that was awesome. Plate number 2. A lot of people joined the team last month. And anybody that is new to my team, be sure that you guys know about the Paper Pumpkin special if you're going to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, because that ends tomorrow. I'm going to use that little die there. This is one of the dies that came in the North Pole delivery bundle. Hey, thank you all for coming in. Hey, Karen, nice to see you. Hope to see you at bingo on Friday. Same with you, Caroline. All of my card club members have they got a free bingo card last month in last month's kit. It was in your November kit, but even though the bingo is this Friday, it's on Zoom, so everyone should have got an invite to Zoom, but if not, it's still time. I'll still make sure you're invited. This is a little die cut for the compass. Again, North Pole delivery. I'm just using a little washi tape to hold it on. Yeah, I didn't know if this month's card club kit would make it in time, so I put the free bingo card in last month's. Melissa, my mom is just wanting out of the nursing home, so she kind of feels like she's being held captive in there, kind of thing. So, I mean, she's getting better. We'll see. I mean, it's like really it's not a happy time for my holidays and my family right now, but we're going to make it through. It's going to be what it is. We're just doing the best we can. All right, we don't need this is going to be for the shaker card. You know me, I'm always like honest and to the point of sorry you asked kind of thing, but you asked. But I don't bring up things personally, but then when people ask, I'm not going to not bring it up. All right, let's see. I do bring up some things, I should say. From the North Pole, I'm looking for the little doggy. What happened to my doggy die? Let's see what happened to it. Let me go under here. All right, well, let's roll these through before we lose those two. Let's roll these dies through. I'm just putting now another plate number 3 on top. That's the die cutting sandwich. And then I'm going to roll it through, and I'm going to keep looking for that doggy die, which was just here. Haven't gone anywhere. I think it's under my glass mat. That's why I just wanted to run these through. Because under my glass mat is sometimes things slip under there. All right, what I love about this die is, again, just less for me to lose. That all 4 of those were put on there. I mean, you can cut all 4 of those out at one time. I mean, how great is that? And it does a perfect job. You line them up. So I love that. Okay, so you might be wondering, why don't you color first before you cut? But I never do that because, A, you're not sure maybe what color scheme you're going to use, and you could have a bunch of die cuts already made. B, if your dies slip and then you end up messing up your coloring because your die slipped. Oh, you don't mess up your coloring, you mess up your die cutting. So there's a lot of reasons I color later. It's just easier for me to color later. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to move this machine and try to find the doggy. First, I shake the machine out when I lose my dies. Then I look under my glass mat studio. But even these, I want to put, so I have this North Pole delivery set. Oh, by the way, I'll show you the boxes we made with this earlier, too. We made a couple 3D projects and lots of cards between the Jolly delivery on YouTube and between the bingo I had. So we had a lot of projects I can show you at the end of this video. So stick around. Anyway, that's a really cool die with a really cool little notch. All right, so There you see, I told you. There's lots of stuff under there, actually. Look at all the stuff under there. From me to you. I've been having, there's all the cling material. I've been having whatnot auctions like crazy. They're fun. Had a big Black Friday weekend last weekend. And they have, whatnot's having sort of a Merry Christmas special. So I think maybe I'll do another marathon coming up, later in the week. A whatnot marathon. If you guys don't know what that is, just use the link in the description to check out my auctions. All right. Somebody who does know what it is, feel free to explain. All right, back to this. Now we can go ahead and cut our doggy because I found the die. And again, use the washi tape to hold that in place. I don't know why I'm holding the paper in place. I really should be holding the die in place. I thought we've used the bear a lot. We made a bear box, and I used the bear a lot in the cards. I'm looking for another piece. That was the piece. So I thought, let's just use the little doggy, because I think we used the cat as well, the cat with the little antlers. And I was like, we need to. So I'm kind of accomplishing, by summing up like this workshop, I'm like, you know what? I am going to accomplish a few things. We haven't got to use the doggy yet. We haven't used the paper I gave you, which is like this really cool snowflake paper that's embossed. So I thought, let's use that paper, the embossed snowflake paper. And then I thought, let's make a shaker card. So there's like, it's accomplishing 3 things. I think I didn't put enough shakers in my shaker. Oh, there they are. Come on, guys. So it's a lot. There's a lot of techniques in this tutorial. Isn't he cute? Now we're going to put him away. So now we have all the dies back in the container because, and just another little hitchhiker, my embellishments, hitchhike rides. All right, that's all 13. Signed, sealed, delivered. They're back in the case. All right, now, oh, this guy, I was originally, when I was designing this card, I was going to stamp him in the middle. And I was like, nah, you know what? He doesn't need to be because it's a common shape. Like the shape of the mailbox is universal. So I was like, it doesn't need to be stamped behind it to understand what it is. All right. We are going to now take this off the table because it causes a big shadow. And we'll go ahead and cut all our layers. We'll go ahead and color. Let's put that over there for the glare. And we'll go ahead and color, and then we'll cut the labels. All right, so if you want to take advantage of our Paper Pumpkin special, go ahead and take advantage of it. There's my site. And you just go to the link in the description. Honestly, the deadline's tomorrow, and I haven't taken advantage of it myself yet because I've been so busy. Like with relatives, my brother came to visit, my sister came to visit. And they wanted to see my mom, too. My brother had not seen my mom since she went into rehab and stuff. So, nursing home rehab, guys. Just so you know. Rehab. That kind of rehab. Anyway. Not that the other kind would be bad. If everybody needs help sometimes, right? So, anywho, we had a Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving. So, first I had, Thanksgiving in the nursing home. And then we did a whole entire feast with my husband. We went and got my mom, brought her home. My brother and husband went and picked her up. We baked all day. Did a whole Thanksgiving feast. It was awesome. Now I'm looking for my blends. After Thanksgiving, we did a Thanksgiving feast. Hello, Love Colors. Nice to see you. Hey, I'm glad you're catching me live. So I'm on here late a lot. Especially at my auction site, but especially, sometimes on YouTube, I'm here pretty late. Okay, Melissa's saying she loves my Whatnot auctions. Thank you. Hey, your package is coming, Anti-Bubbles. That's good, Janet. I love it. Well, you know what? All the tracking is, every time I mail something off, what I'm going to do is do the part of the doggy that's in crumb cake first, using the dark crumb cake. All I do is tell Whatnot I mailed it. Or actually, I go to the post office and I tell Whatnot, it does like a scan, and then all of a sudden, Whatnot sends you all these notifications. It's beautiful for us sellers. We don't have to do anything after that. It sends you knock, knock, your package is coming. Knock, knock. It's great. Same with pirate ship. I use pirate ship myself. What I'm going to do is just some dark around the leg here. We're going to use light to blend it in. But let's do that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do all those little paws there. It'll be like, knock, knock, your package is being delivered. I'm like, I love it. I also am a shopper and whatnot. It's kind of an addictive platform, honestly. It's fun, though. I mean, we all love good deals. I get new supplies, too. And by the way, I'll have a paper share. And if you want to sample all the new products from Stampin' Up, I do that. I put them in my clubs and my kits. So the next kit coming up. So will you see how I did that? Just so you know the dark parts. That's the dark parts. That's a sweater. We're not coloring the sweater. We're just doing the dark parts around the ears, around the body a little bit, like in the outline. And then I'm going to take light crumb cake and do the rest and just blend it in. This is light crumb cake. Blends come in sets of 2. So, by the way, blends were on sale for 40% off last month, which was a great deal. I'm just doing circular motions to sort of blend the light and the dark together. So what a great deal. And some of mine are dried out, but I do have like some extra sets. So I didn't think I got any in that sale because I have so many extras already that I haven't even like unwrapped. But I try to like make mine go to the very end. Now my friend Kathy knows how to refill them and stuff, and well, not knows how. Let's say has the patience to. Has the patience to sometimes refill things. But you know what? I just let mine go. I consider them a disposable item, or I try to give them to somebody that's like, well, I'll take them. I'll probably do them as my auction giveaways. I do a lot of giveaways. All right, so you see how that blends real nice with the dark tail? And the light part. Now we're just going to blend the ear with the light crumb cake. Don't color the letter. My baby just wrote me a letter. Yeah, between the Black Friday weekend and then last weekend, I gave like over 20 things away. A lot of Stampin' Up! Things I gave away. They're in those live auctions. I'm just going to do a little pink nose, little petal pink there for the nose. That's all. You can use a marker or a blend. Okay, now let's do the little letter first. I just used a marker. You can use a marker or a blend, but I just want to... So, Pool Party and Petal Pink are what I use, and I just used the marker for part of it and the blends for part of it, just to give you contrasting colors. I mean, contrasting light and dark. So the blends are light and dark, but the light blend and the marker really contrast with each other. There's a light and a dark blends, but the... Okay, this is light. Next comes, like, the dark Pool Party, and then the marker's even darker than the dark Pool Party. So I thought that contrasts better. But unfortunately, if you want markers, they're not going to be around much longer. Stampin' Up! Is doing away with all the markers. Here's what the sets look like. You can get them on the last chance right now. I'm not sure if they're all still available. But if you like markers, I mean, they'll probably last you for, I'm going to say 10 years. I mean, mine have lasted me more than 10 years. And I don't even refill my markers. My markers are, I've had markers since way before I was a demonstrator. I mean, markers last me a long time. I'm just going to now take the dark crumb cake. Not the blends markers. I'm talking about these are called alcohol markers, the blends markers. They don't last as long, honestly. But the regular markers that are ink markers, they're not alcohol-based. Those last years and years and years. And I've not, like, people are like, you can just refill them. I'm like, I don't need to refill them. Because I use them just for, like, touching up. I don't color stamps necessarily. I just touch up. So I'm just using cherry cobbler there. And then the light cherry cobbler. Okay. I'll just use the small side. I'm not blending it. I'm just doing the light part of the sweater section and the dark part. The dark part's like around the neck. Cute little doggy with the sweater. And I just picked this cherry cobbler because it's a nice Christmas color and it goes with the elegant pine snowflake. You'll see little tiny berries made with cherry cobbler on that paper. So I'm just trying to tie that in. I'm using Pool Party on the other part to tie it in. Okay, this one I'm not using circular motion. I'm not blending it. I'm just coloring the whole section straight away. All right. So the final doggy. Without the Wink of Stella, I like to add Wink of Stella later to make it shine. But the final doggy, the neck is darker. Okay, the bottom of the letter is darker than the top of the letter. And all the details are there. And speaking of Wink of Stella, I think I forgot to do that on my original, guys. Let's see how much is. Oh, yeah. I didn't put embellishments because there was so much going on. And I was like, but I definitely need Wink of Stella. I'm doing the cherry cobbler last, guys. If you're going to use Wink of Stella, don't do your reds until last. Because these other colors are so light, they won't run. I'm just using a glitter pen. But the cherry cobbler sometimes runs. Any kind of red inks. Compass. Lots of detail on this card. Now I'm going to go in there and go ahead and do this part. It just makes such a difference when you add the glitter to everything. Okay, and then what you want to do, oh, so cute, is get in there and, okay, didn't run. Yay, it didn't run. But look how cool that Wink of Stella is. You can see the glitter shining. Shine on. All right, so now we're going to color these guys. Here, let's color those. We're going to also color this paper. All right. I'm just trying to see where you could see it better. I may just zoom in so you could see it a little better. All right, that's good. So what we're going to do is for these, we're going to take, what I like to do is just make it like dark and light alternate. So I'm just using, again, the marker and the blend. I just like to do that. That's just how I roll. I like to alternate with markers and blends. And I guess what the expression is, use the right tool for the job, right? So when you stamped it, you got two little gifts. So they're in little blocks. So I just get this little gift, and I'm doing dark over there. And this one, I'll put the dark over here. The gifts are slightly different, but they still have 4 little sections. Okay, so that's that. And then I use the blends for everything else for this. I took actually, this side's better. So I'm taking the light blend. And the marker ran a little bit, but the other marker ran a little bit, but this one doesn't run. Because it's alcohol-based, just doesn't run. And then for the compass, okay, those two are petal pink. I just did the whole thing, and then I went over the middle part. Again, to make it darker, that's all. So these are just great little embellishments. I see my circle's not quite centered, but you know what? I'm not going to do anything over again because my machine is already on my floor. And I've given up on that tonight. We're done with the machine. So you see I'm making the inside darker. Okay, nice. And then for these two, I'm going to use Pool Party. We shall use the marker again and the blends. Yeah, right, Melissa? It's the same. So you find people, and like she's talking about the auctions, it's like the same people. I've met so many friends on Whatnot. And it's like, oh, you were at the others. Well, on Whatnot, because we support each other, we all go to each other's shows. Like, even if you're not going to shop, it's like, oh, I'll go enter that person's giveaway. So I'm just doing like part dark, and the rest I'll use the light marker, the light blends. Oh, I'm going to go to their show. And a live auction is called a show. I live stream them to my YouTube channel sometimes. Not every one of them, but the 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon is my regular show. So that one I live stream. The rest of them I just get on and go when I go. I don't even announce it sometimes. I could not right now, if I went on right now after this, like at midnight or something, 11 o'clock, there'd be 5-10 people that show up that know me. Know me from there, I'm saying. Because somebody's always on, and it's fun. Okay, so isn't that nice how it has like the dark and light contrast? All right, now let's go ahead and, while I got you zoomed, I can zoom out a little for this one. Hey, don't worry about it, Miss T. Barnes. We were just talking about Whatnot. Melissa said she likes shopping with friends, and you're always there. I hope you get your package soon. Oh, yes, I agree, Melissa. All right, so we're gonna just take this little piece and we're gonna make it 2 3/4, and I'll write this down for you. 2 3/4 by, let's see, 2 3/4 by 4, okay? 2 3/4 by 4, yeah, 2 3/4 by 4. Let's just, hold on, let me make sure. This is my little shaker piece, okay? Perfect, okay? 2 3/4 by 4, and we do need the die cutting machine after all, because we have to cut the whole section out. Duh, it's a shaker card. Okay, now this one, we need, so that one's that one, and then we need, for the other part, the little piece of, oh, here it's called Silent Snowfall specialty paper. So we're gonna color it with the pool party to get the snowflakes to show up. And then we need the bedazzling specialty paper. Bedazzling specialty paper. Okay, we'll find the piece of that. I know where somewhere is if I can't find this one, but here I think we'll just use one I already have. So this one's gonna be 3 inches, is already cut that part. 3 inches by 4 1/4. So it gives you that nice little outline. 3 inches by 4 1/4. Now you're not going to die cut through this piece. This is our background of our shaker. All right. So don't attach this yet because we need to do some prep work. And then we have our window sheet. Let's put all these little scraps away. All right. So we'll do the window sheet in a little bit. So first, we do need the machine. Let me zoom back out. And we're going to cut this piece in a bit too. That's the background. But we need the machine because we need to cut. So we're going to take this little piece and we're going to cut this guy. Before we even do any coloring, just cut a little mailbox out of the middle for your shaker element. Every time we do a shaker card, I always say, let's use one of the dies from the package to make our element. So guess what the workshop is, guys? Oh, I can't open the catalog. I keep remembering I can't open the catalog. And it's not even on the front. Okay. It's the Easter. Those of you guys that are demonstrators, there's an Easter one in here. And I forget the actual name, Joy of Easter. I forget what the name of it is. But anyway, that's what's going to be our workshop in January, February. Because Easter will be, then you have all your stuff ready for Easter. So that'll go on for a couple months at the beginning of the new year. So, if you're interested in that, let me know. And maybe you can get in on the early bird. But I won't be sending out the kits until later, till probably the beginning of the new year. That's when I can buy more stuff. But I'll be able to have a couple made just from my stash. I did order the whole suite. It's not here yet. Well, I did show you the paper in my unboxing. So this is all you want to die cut out is this little shape. And I think we could use a little bit of tape on it, but I think it'll stay straight. I don't think it's necessary. Well, I think if you just put the sandwich, you just go like that, and like that, and like that, and you put this on there. Well, I guess it can't really hurt to use a little piece of tape, right? We'll use this tiny bit of washi tape. Not too much. I don't want to rip the paper. And I'm just cutting it out in the middle. There you go. And then roll that through. So we're just cutting out the element for our shaker card. Then I can get rid of this machine again because it's taking up so much room on my table. Hey, crafting actually makes you hot, actually. So now I'm getting hot. I was sitting there getting cold because I wasn't moving around enough, but now I'm getting hot. Or else maybe my heater's working. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Here it is, the little piece. My heater's finally kicking in. The one I got from Ollie's. Okay, let's make sure all these little... Where'd all my little... There's all my little elements. Okay, we're still doing good. We got all the elements. So my husband got me this really cool, oil-filled heater. So it does... So, he's like... I said, I don't like heaters. They scare me, especially in a she shed with papers everywhere. I'm doing auctions. I'm packing boxes. I'm doing prizes, tissue paper everywhere. He said, no, it's oil-filled. And it's it dissipates heat in a different way. It's not like one of those, when I was little, I grew up in Philadelphia, so it was freezing when you get out of the shower. And there were those space heaters, they were called. And you could burn the heck out of yourself on those things. You could see the red ambers. And then they would, if we had to make sure all the time, all of us checked, did you turn off the heater? Did you turn off the heater? So if you're going to take a shower, you would go turn it on, you wait 15 minutes, it would heat up the bathroom. And then I would take a shower, then my sister would take a shower, or vice versa. We'd take turns, who's going first. And then we'd all share the heated bathroom. And then another sister, there were 8 of us. kids. And so like maybe 3 or 4 people would share that bathroom and all the heat. At the end, we'd have to make sure, okay, who's the last person? Okay, you're going. Okay, you got to make sure you turned off the heater. Did you unplug the heater? You know, so I've been paranoid about it. But this little heater, he said, it would like trip off if it like even fell down, it would trip. But still, I unplug it anyway. I turn it off, I unplug it. I mean, because not only the heater, I live in a pine forest. Right? So the last thing I need. All right, so now I'm taking window sheets and I'm cutting a window sheet element. So can you see that? This is a piece of acetate. Window sheets are only, I think they're $5. And you get 12 by 12 window sheets. And this isn't like your packaging material. This is strong acetate. Item number 142314. So what you want to do is if this was, remember I told you before, and I'll write this down, this was like 2 3/4 by 4. So this one needs to be just a smidgen smaller than that. I'm just going to write that it's the same size, and you just know that you're making it a smidgen smaller. A smidgen meaning like a 1/16 of an inch smaller than that, so it can hide behind there because it's your acetate. So instead of 4, you're going like a smidgen smaller than 4. All right, now we're just going to go ahead and use our Seal Plus. Oh, no, let's not attach it. Yeah, so that's all. So when you attach it, it's going to be slightly smaller. But we're going to do our little inking up first. And then we'll attach this because just in case, we don't want to get ink on the inside. So now we're going to go ahead and use our Pool Party. Just go ahead and put some on your, either a stamping block or just go ahead and put it right on your glass mat. Because we need a lot of ink for this one. So normally I just put it right on my stamping block. But this time, I need a lot of ink. Let's see. Wrong side. We want the side that's puffy. So you see how one side's puffy? That's called, embossed, where the other side's called debossed. So you want the puffy snowflakes. So anyway, get in there and sort of, I'm getting the blob off of there. And the blob is okay just as long as you make the outer edges darker. So when I say blob, like I'm just tapping off the blob. So when I use circular motions, I don't care that the edges are darker. In fact, it looks kind of nice like that. But the insides I want to be a little bit lighter than the outsides of these. If they do get dark, just go ahead and go for it. I mean, make it look intentional on the outsides. All I'm doing is bringing out these snowflakes. I'm bringing in the blending brush with the circular motion. We need lots more ink. This, like I said, this technique takes a lot of ink. I'm just using more now to be deliberate. All right, we'll show you the before and after when we get to the piece of paper because I have a piece that I didn't do this to. It's just really cool. And Pool Party is just a great color. And because Pool Party has like a lot of green and blue in it, it goes really well with this paper. And it goes great with like Christmas things and in general. All right, so I could have had the window sheet attached to this the whole time, but then I would have got like ink smeared all over the window sheet. All right, so now I'm just going to go for it and go to the edges and make sure the edges are a little darker because it's already darker on one side. Oh, fantastic. I love this paper. Love this paper. Love, love, love. So now I'm going around the edges. All right, now we'll show, so first we check the edges, and that's good. There's like darker. I just wanted to see the edges were a little bit darker. Okay, good. And next I want to show you the one before. Okay, so here's a piece that's not done. Let me put on my glasses so you can see what I see. Do you see what I see? Okay, so you can really bring out, so this is cool. Even this is cool by itself, this paper. But I mean, when you ink it up, it's just so much better because you can see the snowflakes, and then people are also going to go, wow, how'd you do that? Like, did you punch these? Did you die cut these? Did you emboss these with a folder? How did you get all these things without an embossing folder, So it's cool. So that's the difference. It really looks much better. Now we can go ahead and put the window sheet on there. Oops, wrong one. Where's my little window sheet? Here we go. Okay, so again, this is a smidgen smaller. And we can go ahead and Let's go ahead and wipe that off so it doesn't get all over everything later when I show you my projects. There's a lot of ink on here, but glass mats are perfect for, they're so easy to wash. You see there's a lot of stuff on there. All right, Seal Plus. All right. Got to keep checking. And you're not doing the shaker part yet. This is just getting the thing to stay there. This little part. Okay, window sheets, sometimes they're a little static cling on them. That does not look like the same piece I cut. Are you the same piece I cut? I guess you are the same piece I cut. It feels like it's a little taller than it needs to be. Okay. Maybe a smidgen smaller. Okay, so instead of the 2.75 inches, we're just cutting off a smidgen. Yeah, this isn't the one I cut earlier. I think I lost the one. Not lost, but it's somewhere on my table, but because it's the same size, it's invisible. See, I cut off a smidgen more. See, that's a smidgen. 1/16 of an inch. Just so it has to be a little smaller. Smaller than this one. I can't see a thing. I'm going to put it on there so I can actually see. I'm trying, guys. I can't see that it's even... It's like clear on white. There we go. All right, perfect. So what you want is you want it like that so this doesn't like stick out around the edges. That's why this little part's a smidgen smaller. Perfect. Okay, now you're going to take your shaker elements. So go ahead and take your little bottle of shaker elements and just do the whole thing. I didn't put enough in the last one, so this one we're going to do. We're going to add more and just get them all the way in. Just use the whole bottle up. Okay, get it all out of there that I gave you. Oh, by the way, Dollar Tree. If you guys don't have a Dollar Tree, I feel sorry for you. I call it the $1.25 tree. But you can find these cute little bottles there. And cheers to my friend Peggy and different people who found out that I couldn't get them at my Dollar Tree and sent me some. I've recently, well, I haven't seen them at mine, but when I travel, I've recently traveled and I think I saw them at a different one. So yours might be out of them, but then ask them for them. They might bring them back. So that's the shaker elements. There's more than enough. Now we're going to put the little foam adhesive strips all around there to make a little cubby. So these are in your kit, foam adhesive strips. No, I don't foam the edges first. I mean, I foam the edges first. Yeah, over here, yes. So T-Barns, I'm foaming the edges first before I stick that. So I'm just going around like this because I put a lot of shaker elements. So I'm just going to go like that and make a little cubby, right? I got to enclose my little cubby. And then, of course, I put some more around the edges like this just to keep the whole thing stable. I'm going to cut these in a second, but just get the idea. There's a double-sided. These are from Stampin' Up! Foam adhesive strips. I'm not sure if these were part of the adhesive sale a couple weeks ago. Or I have stuff everywhere. See how many projects I'm working on? That was from another kit. Get out of here. We're doing something else. Everybody wants to participate. All my craft supplies are jumping in the screen. What about me? What about me? All right, we need another piece over there to enclose that. Otherwise, your stuff will leak out. Your little adhesives will leak out. So kind of like that. I mean, not adhesives. Your shaker elements will leak out. Perfect. Okay, and then I just take all these extra pieces and just sort of put them like that. So what's important is your little cubby. So you turn it over and first you make sure that you didn't put foam inside your window. You're like, oops, I put foam in my window. Nope, the foam is right there. And then you get rid of all the foam things. And again, just double check that that's all enclosed because all your shakers have to stay in this little cubby in the middle. Now, before foam adhesive strips, what were we crafters doing? Because I've been making these for 20 years or so. I mean, I've been crafting way more than 20 years, but let's just say 30 years, whatever. I've been crafting. So what we used to do is we had to cut the sides of dimensional packages and stuff. before they made these cool adhesive strips. So I'd be done using a dimensional, and I would just cut the edge. And so that's like, you know, another way, but they're just not as tall. So then I would double them up, or I'd line up a bunch of these and double them all up, and then confetti would, or not confetti, the sequins would fly out all over the place. All right. Okay, the trick is to get this. There is going to be a little static, so where it jumps up. The trick is to pile these all in the middle so they don't land on your foam, A. And then the second thing is to push down real hard and make sure that you're kind of centering this piece because there's a 1/4 inch margin around the outside. Okay, so fun. That's our goal. We're gonna go like this. I'm gonna get on my tippy toes. Watch the static. Just make everything stick to the plastic. See, it's sticking. It's sticking. Awesome sauce. Look at that. It's perfect. Now that's how many I really like to have. A lot of shaker. Oh, that's fun. That's so much better than my original. See, my original, I think either there's some leakage going on, or I think I just didn't have enough. The way I know to measure is actually I use, this is my bottle. Like, that's the one, that's also what I measure to put shaker cards in. But these original ones, I just used whatever I had here. These are called metallic sequin assortment. I don't have enough of these to use for a kit, so probably someone's going to get these in one of my auctions because they're all retired. The only sequins I think we have right now that are not retired are like gold stars. And I have some of them. They're gold shaker elements. But these other ones are just like nice and pastel. So anyway, that's so cute as it is. I mean, just to send someone this is cute. Just that. I mean, put a little cinnamon on it. But no, we're going to make it better. We're going to do the whole thing. We're going to take this. Now this is a pattern that I think looks better horizontal. So turn it that way. And this paper called Elegant Pine Snowflake, you want the piece that's like that on the back. Okay, we're just using it as a border because you don't want this, you know, just floating on a piece of pretty peacock paper. And I'll write this down. Okay, we're just doing 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, 4 by 5 1/4. And now go ahead and put that on there. Okay, so that little bedazzle paper. Oh, I can't stop shaking it, guys. The little bedazzle paper is a great border for this. Because if you were to just put this piece of white, even though it has pool party on it, over the top, I mean, blah, blah, blah. No contrast. Blah meaning no contrast. So you want contrast. So you want the bedazzle paper inside or some color. You could use another piece of cardstock too. If you don't have bedazzle paper, because you didn't get the kit, you'll be sorry if you don't get the Easter kit. All the extra goodies going in there. But anywho, just saying, if you don't have it, just use like a piece of regular cardstock. Just do something as a border. Okay? And now we're going to put that on the card. Just make sure it's not upside down. So I was happy to get even though at the Black Friday some things ran out, I did get my Seal Plus adhesive. I stayed up till midnight and I bought a few Seal Plus adhesive refills. So that was cool. They were on sale. All right, there we go. But things ran out quickly. So hopefully I'll be able to announce other specials soon enough. All right, so that is that. Now let's decorate it with all of our little crafty goodness. We are going to use our mini dimensionals. Well, actually, we can use the big dimensionals for the... We'll use the mini dimensionals for the doggy. Now, you have to put him this way because he's walking this way. Now, when I say have to, you do what you want, but I'm talking about elements of design. I've taken a lot of graphic design courses in the context of computers, okay? But the concepts still remain the same. When you have elements, when you have graphical elements that are pointing a certain way, you want them to come into the scene. So you want them to come into the scene this way. Not that you can't put the doggy over there, but he looks like he's leaving. The only way that would probably look good is if you had a bunch of doggies lined up. 1, 2, 3. Then you could have one leaving. That would be cute. But if you only have one, you want to stick him here coming into the scene on that side of the card. So that's why he's there. It's just a better way to design so that people can go, oh, he's he's walking. He can walk across the scene, which is your card. Your card is your scene, your canvas. So I'm using small dimensionals. Oops, mini dimensionals. Come on now. All right. I'm going to let him hang off the edge. Let's find our original card. And we'll do the sentiment too, but let's find the original card and see. He's kind of hanging off the edge, but I still didn't want him too much hanging off the edge because I like seeing the paper here. Oops. I kind of like seeing the mailbox too. So let's make him go off the edge a little bit. So he's not covering the mailbox, but he's also not covering this paper. Okay, cute, cute, cute. And let's go ahead and put some Wink of Stella on him. All right. Now we're going to take these little guys and get rid of them. So I use Secret C, which is, Secret C is the new black. I mean, it's better than using black if you can help it. When you're going to be coloring, you need to use black. But when you're not coloring, try to always use Secret C from now on. It's just so much easier than using black. And then because there's two sentiments, Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes, and then there's From the North Pole, I used two different colors. I used Shaded Spruce. So what I want you to do, though, is just kind of ink up the edges. I'm just going to use whatever's left over on my brushes. That will help. And hopefully not have to get out like my Petal Pink and my Pool Party again, right? Because I already have some ink on my brushes. So we shall look for the little bag of stuff. Okay, I should have one that's open. So in your bag, and this guy keeps wanting to come back. Go away, ribbon. In your little bag of stuff, I know I have one open bag of stuff. You should have two of those little rectangular postage stamps. I guess I'll just open it. I'm going to open a new bag, even though I've been using the same bag. Okay, so get in there and get these little, so you need these. We may have used one before, so this is another one. Because I just thought this really goes good with this sweet. Okay, he's coming out too. Take your blending brush and just do that. Okay, you're just getting the ink off your blending brush. All right, I might have to use more, but I think it's working. All right, and then I have a pink blending brush. And, okay, let's put these scissors away. Just looking around. Where could it be? Well, I'll just get another one. I'm going to, oh, there it is. I see it flew across the room. I found it. Flew across. This literally like flew across the whole room. All right, let's go over here and just see what's left on it. Because I did the Petal Pink earlier, so like I have, oh, good. I was using Petal Pink, so there's some left on there. You might not be able to notice it, but it looks cool. And here, just for dimension, just so you can see that that's the difference. By inking up the edges, it just looks so much more professional. All right, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiments. Shaded Spruce, From the North Pole. I already have it. My stamps are already dirty, so like I don't need to kind of stamp them onto. But if you want, you can check them. Here, let's check them on some sticky notes. See? Just double check that you're not upside down, because that helps. And go ahead and center that. Okay, From the North Pole. Okay, and then we're going to do the Secret C. Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes. Again, just test it out, that you're not upside down, that you got a good stamped image, all is well in the world and all that jazz. And then I need to kind of get on my tippy toes because I want to make sure this guy's straight. Or straight enough. Oh, love it. All right, now we're going to take this. I love when my stamps come out really well. You guys know. It makes me happy. You guys know that have been watching me. It makes me happy when the stamps come out nice the first time. All right, now we can continue to decorate. We're going to clean up that little area. All right, we're good. Now we're going to use the big dimensionals. Now, I didn't want to throw this one out. It's from a paper pumpkin kit. You always got to use, I'm like always pulling, so I'm just going to go like that. I think that should work, right? It's going to stick off the edge a bit rather than use these dimensionals. So here's what I did. I had it stick off the edge because I didn't want to block the mailbox, okay? And I also wanted to like have the pink part facing down. That's why I had the pink part, because it contrasts better with the pool party. So I went like that, so it didn't block the mailbox, but it kind of does. It still fits in the card really nice. But the adhesive's like hanging up. So that's pretty cool. And now that we know we have that, so we can do the rest of the card. So we'll put a little compass up there. This doesn't say north, south, east, west. It just put the compass just goes like any which way. But I guess I'll put the little more white part on the corner. So I'm going to put it up there, kind of hanging off the edge. Okay. And sort of centered. I'm just looking at my first card. Yeah, I did it that way because I needed room for all these little letters and such. And now back to the mini dimensionals. We'll put a letter here and a present there. It's really coming together. And get rid of this. And of course, if you were to mass produce these, then it would be no problem either. Okay, we'll put another one of these over there. I'm just tilting them different directions. And one down here. And there you have it. Super cute. And all these little sequins that fell out would just be cute too if you just got little blobs of glue and just stuck them around your card. You know? They'd be cute too. Or glue dots. Those might be a good use for glue dots. Now, my original, I think we have some. So what happens is I think they're stuck like on the sides. My original shaker card doesn't shake. Oh, there's a few coming out. My original shaker card doesn't have enough shakers and they're stuck. I think they got stuck. All right, so I have to fix the original shaker card, but that's what we made. We're going to use this one as an example. That's what it should look like. And we need now the measurements for you, and then we're going to show you the samples. So let's just go ahead and write this down. Should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yep, that's what she said. You used to use strips of... Is that what you're saying? You used to use strips of paper behind each other to pile on top of each other? Yep. You know what I'm talking about then. And thank you. Is that Tris? Elena from California, hello. Okay, Rosemary, I'll write you if you're interested. Easter basket bundle, is that what it's called? Easter basket? Rosemary, is that the name of it? The Easter basket bundle? I can't remember what it's called. I just call it the bunnies. Peacock. Why am I calling it peacock instead of pretty peacock? Okay, so you wanted to do, this is called pretty peacock. Well, that's good. I left enough room for the word pretty. So pretty peacock, that's the first thing you're going to do for this card. You're going to get a piece of pretty peacock. And it is going to be 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And you're going to score it at 4.25 inches. Okay, that's the easy part. You've already done this many times when you make your cards with me. Okay, layer 1 is going to be 5.25 inches times 4 inches. That's layer 1. You're going to use the Elegant Pine. It might be pines. It might be pine, but either way, Snowflake paper. Elegant Pines, F-L-A-C-K. Flake? F-L-A-K-E. I spelled flake wrong. F-L-A-K-E. Elegant Pine Snowflake DSP. Okay? All right, now, the next thing, layer 2, is going to be 4.25 times 3 inches. And that's going to be the bedazzle, razzle, dazzle, razzle, dazzle. I'm going to say bedazzle. I just had it in my paper. We just saw it here a minute ago. Okay, bedazzling or something. Bedazzle. It's a specialty paper. Bedazzling, bedazzle, whatever. Okay, layer 3 is going to be 4 inches times 2.75 inches. And it is called Silent Snowfall. Oh my gosh, I forgot the names of everything. Silent Snowfall. And the thing is, I haven't left. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I have the paper. Here we go. Bedazzling. It's called Bedazzling. Okay, this is a current paper, the Sident Snowfall. The Bedazzling is a retired one, but I put it in your kit because I hoard things and share them with my people. Okay, so that's all you need for that. And then I'm going to put the ink over here. Ink. Okay, we need Memento Black. I'm not even writing the blends colors, guys. It's too late for all that. You get the idea. Once I write them, just figure out which ones are blends, which ones are not. But we have, let's see, Petal. My pen's going crazy. We have Memento Black, Pool Party, Petal Pink, and then we also had Secret Sea and Shaded Spruce. So, of course, some of these were blends, some of them were ink, some of them were both, and even Cherry Cobbler. And Cherry Cobbler for the little, and Crumb Cake. We just used a lot of colors. Crumb Cake. Okay, so now you have all your measurements and all your colors. And you guys can figure out which colors go to what just by looking at my card. So when I put the card in the picture, you will know based on the picture. Okay, let's not look at that one. That one, my poor little shaker elements are gone. What happened is I know where they're at. They got stuck. They fell out of the little hoop I was supposed to make for them. The little hole. And they went into this part of the card is what I know happened to them. Anyway, that's what your card looks like. Yay for cards. Take a screenshot. Okay, now we're going to talk about what else we made with this great bundle. Bundle of Joy. It's called the Jolly Delivery Bundle. Now, you might have noticed that before. We did this like months ago. And we did it again last month, I think. So we've done this a couple times. But I've shown you how to use this twice on my channel. So just go ahead and look up Jolly Delivery and you're going to find this whole series. What's really cool about this little die is that there are these little clasps. And when you die cut, you can pick the little clasp. Which little one to put inside here to make the little box. So I have to show you because you might not know what I'm talking about. All right, let's just leave that out. So anyway, this is what we made with this die. So let's leave that there. I don't have as many as I used to have, but let's show you some of them. Okay, these are little treat boxes. And you give them out as little presents to people, little Circes, little gifties. And we made this together. We made them a couple times on my channel, but I showed you how to stamp it. It took me a while to show you how to stamp this one before, so I wouldn't get it upside down. So if you missed it, how to make this one and how to stamp it, that was fun. And then we used some other papers too. That's what I'm talking about, the little clasp. Those little shapes make these clasp. And you see how the one's like a star and one is a circle and then you got the heart. So there's different ways to close these. Okay, so we made those. We made a bunch of cards in Bingo. And Bingo was called the Jolly Delivery Bingo. I do bingos every quarter, so we did two. This one was back in a couple months ago. We did Bingo. So that's the Lights of Aurora paper. And then these are some more Jolly Delivery cards. This was that Tags and More Christmas Tags and More Designer Series paper. And this is that beautiful Traditions of Christmas paper. Okay, we did. All right, what else? Here's another card we made. I think, oops, someone sent me a Halloween card. Let me put that over there. Okay, there's another one we made. Oh, there's the little kitty cat that was from the Bingo. Use the kitty cat. And then there's all this ephemera. I haven't used this quite enough, but I still have like a bag of it. I'll probably do this some buyers giveies this weekend and give away some ephemera. I mean, look how cute. Look how cute all this ephemera is. So it's part of the paper, so you can just use it to decorate your cards with. Okay, so then that was Bingo, and then we made this on YouTube. And the difference is, like, this is a lot like this card here, right? This card here has a die cut shape that I sent you for your Bingo kit, whereas this one we die cut ourselves. And then, of course, the color scheme is different, and then we did color the bear a very similar way, but the way we colored it and the design is different. Okay, that was Poppy Parade. All right, and my favorite project. I think there were maybe even more, but I can't find anything else at this point. My favorite one are the little bears. The bears. Okay, so the bear boxes. So again, we made little polar bears. We colored them the same way as the bear we colored here and the bear we colored here. I mean, I still keep teaching you how to use your blends to color the bear and some Wink Stella. But in this case, we die cut the shapes. We reinforced the shapes. We wrapped the Hershey nugget. We made the little box on YouTube. It's all on YouTube. Everything I'm showing you is on YouTube. And we made the cute little box. So if you're still like, what do I do for party favors when people come over? What do I do for stocking stuffers? You can put these in a little bag and give people little treats. So, and somebody suggested, oh, you could wrap like money in those too. So, super fun, super fun. I hope you enjoyed all of these projects. And then after that, we did the, just kind of give you a sneak peek at bingo. So after that series, or after a lot of tutorials, we worked on this past month. In November, we worked on these beautiful Peace on Earth cards. So Peace on Earth was our stamp set that we used for Card Club this month. Last month. November. And there's, looks like a little embellishment fell off of that one. Anywho, these are the ones we're going to make in the bingo. We're going to use different paper. So we're going to use the Traditions of Christmas paper, that similar paper we used down here, this paper. And so in my VIP group, I'll show you how to make these cards before the bingo even starts so that you can prepare all the pieces that you need. So that's Traditions of Christmas. This is the Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper. And this is Botanical Textures. And this one, guys, this paper is on clearance right now. So if you want it, get it while you can. So that's what we'll be making this weekend. That's what we made in Card Club. This is what we made them on YouTube. And then the Card Club the month before, we made these awesome, festive friends. So we've been having a lot of fun. So have a great night, everybody. And we'll see you again this week as we start our Card Club tutorials. I hope I start them this week so I can finish them all by next week. That's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening. Thank you for watching and for liking and subscribing to my channel. You guys all rock. I really missed you, and I'm glad to be back.